Hobbs Kessler, who, if he never went pro, he would still be on the NAU cross country, which is wild.
Yes.
So I'm sure Mike Smith is watching the athlete he signed go out there, win a world title, and break a world record, and be like, man, I could really use me in my top 7 to try to beat Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you sign really good athletes. If they get too good too fast, they go pro.
Yeah.
Hobbs Kessler's had like I wouldn't say we have to remember he's young.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of unrealistic expectations on high school kids or freshmen who go pro in the mid distance on the men's side, and they expect them, hey, you need to be breaking records, you need to be making teams instantly. And Hobbs, I think, can still do that. He just needs a couple years of getting his feet wet, making some finals at the U.S. level, and fighting for teams. It's hard to make a team. He has yet to make a world championship team, but when he gets the opportunity to go to Latvia to run for the USA, to be in a race he's good at, the mile, maybe he could get a medal, a world championship medal, and let alone he gets gold. He gets the win, breaks the world record, which is a fake world record, but still has the world record. He's now world champion. Hobbs Kessler, world champion. Now, I don't think many people would know the names of the people he beat, outside of maybe Sam Prakel, maybe a few others. But a win's a win.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Kessler's kind of surprise win here, winning in 3:56?
Yep. It was, I thought, a great race. And I know, as you mentioned, world record, and I thought what was really interesting, too, was just how it kind of came about. You mentioned Sam Prakel, and I personally feel like has been probably the one that had the most maybe experience going into this race, finished his third. But here you have Hobbs Kessler doing Hobbs Kessler things. And I just want to kind of touch on what you mentioned with, like, when you come, and even I saw it at the high school level. Like, this guy broke national high school records, and then here he goes, and goes, professional. It's hard to go from racing yourself into shape, going to these different meets, competing, you're getting this great competition, to then all of a sudden now focusing more on training to then put out good times. And so it is tough moving from that high school / collegiate realm of things to then running professionally where you're not training as much. So there are a lot of people that can say, hey, this guy's fast coming out of the gates, he should be doing all these things. But as you mentioned, it takes time to develop, and it takes time to just get used to the different training. But what I thought was also interesting was he got $10,000 for winning, $50,000 for breaking the world record. So he got a total of $60,000 for that race. He just bought a house just about 2 weeks ago. So he's looking to use that money to furnish the house. So that's great.
What do you think his first furniture item he's going to get?
I would get a sectional.
Sectional?
Yeah, like a massive sectional for my living room.
I would get the couch that Devontae Smith has. I'm not sure. I'll put it. If our producer Googles Devontae Smith couch, you'll see an image of it. Let's Google that and just look at this. Just bring that up. First image that pops up: Devontae Smith couch. Where we got? You do a Google image search. There it is. Top left. That's what he needs. That's gonna be Hobbs Kessler.
Wow, that is massive.
All October and
that's massive.
In November, just
what do you
chilling
call
on the couch.
I don't even know.
That's more than a sectional. That's the whole. That's all of it. That's just the section. That's what's.
The ottoman?
That's the complete. That's the complete. It's not the sectional. It's the complete. I want to do one last little. To put a button on what Hobbs Kessler has done. So let's remember, he graduated high school in 2021. Mm-hmm. He's only 20 years old.
Yes.
And so now that we have, this was his, I guess technically his second pro season.
Yes.
But coming out of 2021, he had a PB. He ran 3:34. And then 2022, he runs 3:36. 2023, he's run 3:32. So he's found a way to already knock 2 seconds off his 1500 PB.
Yeah.
He has 800 PB went from 149 down to 145. So we are seeing improvement
Yes.
over these first 2 years as a pro. And now that he is getting his feet wet in these tactical races, winning a race, albeit not against the best competition, but it's still an international competition. He's getting the win. He's flying all the way over there. He's going through the whole routine and comes out with a gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think that in these next 4 years, he's going to have at least 1 year where he pops off and has a successful, makes a team, tries to make a world championship final and see what happens.
Yeah.
Now it is hard. Obviously, Yard Nagoose is doing what Nagoose is doing.
Yes.
It's going to be hard to catch up to that. Cole Hawker isn't going anywhere. There's obviously new people coming in and out in the 1500, so it's going to be hard. But it's only 20.
Yeah.
And
Very young.
the prime of a 1500 meter runner is 22 to 26. So he still has 2 more years before he even is considered
Taps into
in his prime.
Yeah, potential.
So, yes, he's going to be eyeing 2024, 2025. But I really think Hobbs Kessler is going to be the guy 27, 28, and 29. Like 2027, 2028, and 2029.
I have to agree with you there. And we're just seeing the beginning of him. 20 years old.
Only 20. Only 20.
It's kind of scary to think what he's accomplished already and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And just where he can go from here.
So, pretty interesting. I guess Prekel was 3rd. Elson was 2nd for Great Britain.
Mm-hmm.
No other big names were really in the race. I guess maybe Kieran Lum, who was 5th for Canada, runs for UW for Washington.